Well, hello there again. So, if you are just stumbling across this stream or this video when I post on YouTube for the first time, we have gone over all of the neighborhoods. So, we went to Horde first, and I have two parts for that. On the Alliance video, we clean up the Horde by getting to a couple of plots that I missed, and then we go straight into the Alliance. But just like on my Horde videos, I missed a few. So we're going to go back and clean those up before we jump into housing. Now, I kind of wanted to do this yesterday afternoon, but I didn't. And I am so glad that I held off because when I logged in last night after the servers went down on alpha, I came back to some more features that I'm going to be able to share with you that are hot off the presses, just got dropped last night. So we're going to clean up the rest of those alliance plots. And we need to give some love over on YouTube for Ian Reese for adding timestamps to each plot for easy reference. And of course, letting me know which ones I overlooked. So we did not get to plots 9, 11, 15, 16, 25, or 29 on Alliance. That's a lot. I missed six. So we're going to go through those now. And of course, I want to give some thanks to Toby Oz for prodding me a little for asking for this video. You all got this stream and this video sooner because of them. And oh, there were several of you who were able to identify the music that I found on the Horde neighborhood. Very good ears. Well done. It's not original music. It's already in the game in Dragonflight, but I actually didn't play that X Pack very much. I took a break for a while, but you all picked it up right away and let me know what that was. So we still don't have any music on Horde or Alliance side. Still very much looking forward to that, but all we have in the background is ambiance. Okay, so of course, I also want to thank all of you for showing up and enjoying both the stream and going over and watching on YouTube. I am so happy that these videos seem to be helping so many people. And all your lovely comments, y'all have been so nice to me. I'm glad to take away some of the stress of the world for you, even if it's just this tiny little thing, housing. But it's been really fun to read your comments. So let me know which plots you have picked out and where you want to build. Okay, jumping straight in. You see something on the left there? All you people who are looking at the Night Elf plots, you're going to be happy that we found number 15. And I'm going to show you exactly where this is. So we've got Broomwood Hollow over there. And technically where my character is, we are in Broomwood Hollow proper. But right across this stream over here, we end up in another biome. So this is another one of those plots where you get to look at another biome, but live in another one. This is 15. I don't know why my character does that when I when I hit the cornerstone now. It's done it a couple of times. Interesting thing they added, or maybe it's a bug, but we might see that burst a few more times. So number 15. This one overlooks the Moonwell. So all you people looking for night elf plots, this one might be one that you go for. I didn't even know it was up here because I would always go down there and like check out the space down there and then just get so enamored by it. And it was very enclosed. I didn't even think to come up. So I should have. And here we are, 15. So that actually makes 3 plots that are off of the Moonwell. There's one up there to the left on the side. There's this one on the back that we're at right now. And there's one across the street. So very happy to show that one to you all. You'll notice a little icon on my map right there. That is brand new. That was not there before. It's going to be where we get our housing upgrades. I have not clicked on the button. I do not know if it actually works or if it's just there, but we're going to try to upgrade the outside of the house, I think. I don't know if it's working. We will find out. So that was number 15. Let's go find the next ones. I think they're just right here, actually. Yeah, this is 11 and this is 16. So you see on the map, I just kind of missed this entire little this little trio right in a row. So thank you all again for letting me know what I missed and what I didn't. This plot back here also had a dock on it. I failed to mention that before. The end of the road has this cute little dock right off of the stream. And the one across the street when we go into Founders Point biome also has a little L-shaped dock. Actually, no, we got a T here. Quite cute. Very into this. You have waterfall right here. Cute little turtles. Yeah, so you get all the pond animals off of this one and off the other one too, a little bit. But if you can hear the ambiance in the background, we stopped getting that really moody, rumbly um, noises for the ambiance that we got in the other area, and this is more chirping birds, insect noises, uh, very happy kind of sounding noises, which I like. And this one has a little bit of character. You have some benches off the side and a little wheelbarrow. I don't know if oh gosh, the first thing that came to mind is I do know a lot of RP people who like to RP like medical facilities. And the first thing I thought of were these are waiting benches for something, some business. I could see that being used here, and yeah, I think I really like the stock off the back of it. Okay, so across the street from you, this one is 16. Again, we got that exploding noise. um, I guess, am I on a mage character? Nope, I'm on a druid character. Why am I seeing that? Arcane explosion. This one has got a lot of greenery, and we have a nice big tree over here blocking a view of the people across the street. I love how they put mushrooms on a lot of this stuff in this biome. I think they're really pretty. It breaks up the green a little bit, adds some more color. This one is very close to town over here. Let's see where we are on the map. Yeah. So you're going to be able to get all of your quests and dyes and any of the upgrades here. We also have some fireflies. I hadn't been seeing them much in the Founders Point area. So if you were excited by the firefly plots, this one's going to have some. At night, they glow beautifully, and I really enjoy them. Just adds a little bit more life to the area. From this plot, you actually have a look at the lighthouse over here. Wow, we are really far away from that lighthouse, but we got a really nice view of it. Okay, I'm into that. And we also have a view of the tower over there. I can kind of see some of the wisps from the Night House area poking up above that one plot. Yeah, if you liked that other one over there, that's really cute. It's a little extra flavor. And of course, this tree actually has some lanterns on it. That's going to glow beautifully, some orange. Okay, so that's three of them. What else have we missed? I have a little cheat sheet on the side here to show you. There's a few over in the sandy area, but I do think that there's another one up here, number 9. I am going to press some more buttons in town and see what they added last night, but maybe we'll swing by and get the decor riddle for the day, just so we can have it and see what it is. Last architect. Every day he's going to give us a treasure hunt, and we have to decipher the riddle. Water flows below, while fresh cider flows above. Dig where the wheel churns. Okay. Oh, we're going to get a small wooden stool. That works for a couple of different aesthetics. Well, there's water all over these plots, so that's not exactly shattering to read that. It doesn't tell me where to go. But cider, that tells me where to go because there are so many orchards. Okay, so we have a large orchard by the vineyard, that big farm area. We also have an orchard in the biome that has the fall colors. So there's two different orchards, and there is kind of a cidery where it like looks like there's like some stills where they might be producing alcohol from those copper stills. So those are kind of 3 different areas. I would look first. Dig where the wheel churns. I haven't found like a water wheel yet. Maybe I missed that. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Keep those in mind as we are going around. So I'm looking for plot 9 over here. And I want to say, yeah, it was like right off of town. And that's why I missed it because I was distracted by a couple of these other ones and then just flew straight over it. Nope. 7, 9. Here we go. Okay. So you're across the street from 7, which has some elevation. These are all green spaces here. I know there's a person over there as well. Yeah, this is a nice little cul-de-sac here with actually 5. If you had 5 people that you wanted to build with, this is a good one. I think when I went over this, I thought it was only 4, but there are 5 here. So let's see what this one has to offer. So number 9 comes with a cow. Just kidding. These cows spawn everywhere. They're actually called free range cow, and I think they are so funny. Every time I see them, I'm just like, cow, okay. They do just kind of, when you load in, they'll load in differently, and you never know where they're going to go. But here we seem to have like a herd of wandering ones. I can see several of them. We can see 5 just from here. I think they're really cute. And let's see, we have a lot of trees around us. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Bunch of happy little trees. I don't mind being the Bob Ross of plot tours. I'm good with that. That's a compliment. So yes, we're surrounded by a bunch of happy little trees. The ones in the center of the plot are going to go away when you set your house down. But really, around here, this is nice. So they're trying to block the road a little bit from you, but I don't mind seeing all that kind of flavor with like the NPCs and the carts that are going to go by. It makes it feel like it's more alive. We have some dragonflies. I think I saw, yeah, we have some dragonflies going around. This one's sweet. And then you have this little center area right between you and all your friends or the people that you're going to be building with. Oh, this kind of bright yellow kind of highlight, this happens sometimes. This is not supposed to be there. I'm sure they're going to fix that, but every now and again it'll turn neon yellow and you're like, what is happening? Hopefully they will fix that. Okay, so that was 9. And the other ones are going to be 25 and 29 are going to be on the coast. We've already gone over 15. Yeah. And we already went over 11 and 16, and then we had 9. Okay, only 2 more. Fortunately, well, I guess if I swing over here, we can go over that one area with the orchard. Don't know if it's going to be over here, but we'll swing by and see if we can see the lit up dirt mound. That tells us that we finished the riddle. Oh, huh. This is new. Well, it was probably here the whole time, but I missed it. I have been here for so many hours going through these spaces, and yeah, something tiny and tucked away like this, I might not have seen it like while we're walking over it, but stomping on the grapes, very cute. Also, we can go down in these cellars. There's nothing down here, but there are quite a few of them. I had to say, I think there's like 3 or 4 cellars on here that are not fleshed out yet, but maybe they will be in the future, or you can have secret meetings for your RP if you'd like. But here we are. We've come to another orchard. Not seeing anything. Do you? One day I didn't quite find it, and when I re-uploaded the video to YouTube and I watched it and I was looking at a clip and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's one way to find the answer. Look over my videos. All these little tiny things that I've been dwelling on and nerding out over and appreciating, they're working. These were still the other day. Sorry. Tangent. I have ADHD whenever I am building. All these little tiny things that I'm pointing out. Actually, if you've been watching my videos, they are going to help you figure out all of the decor treasure hunts because you'll have already seen them and been like, oh, I know where that is. Because we've already stumbled upon it and appreciated it for what it is. And then we find out later it's part of a quest. Yes, I'm so glad these are moving. They look great. Well done on those. Okay, so 25 and 29 down here. I got a little distracted last time, but they are right around this rock that you can see is starting to load in right around this meeting area. So let's see what numbers we have. Do you know this one's one of them? Just looking for the plaque. Here's the cornerstone. Okay, yeah, we've got 25 here. So 25 is right next to this roundabout. And I think I flew over it before, not realizing it was a plot because I know I was over here and I really didn't think there was anything else with it. I know we visited this one. It's possible that the fence just didn't render in, or it did and I just didn't look at it. So we're right across the street from this sandy plot, 40, but here you have green space. So this is a little unique to be this close to the coast and have such a green plot. A lot of times you'll get the plots that are sandy. So if that matters to you, you might want to think about that when you're making your decision. This plot's special because it kind of has this boardwalk all around it. Now, it's meant to look, a little disheveled, worn. People have used this. I don't know if you can see it, but there's sand kind of blowing a little bit there, right in front of where my character's facing. That's neat. So just that tiny little detail. I'm in love with the details, if you can't tell. But this one is right here. You get to walk down to the beach, hear the waves. Oh, this one's great. I actually really, really like that one. And to be this close. Now, these islands out here are just for flavor. There's nothing on them right now. Doesn't mean they're not going to use them for maybe quests later, but we're looking at these islands that are right off of the coast. They just break up the ocean. It's so beautiful out there. I don't know about you, but it doesn't matter what's happening in my day. If I come out here and just look at some of this stuff, I instantly feel calmer. I love it. And if I can't visit it in real life, at least I can visit it in game. So you got a bunch of crabs down there, plenty of seagulls. Yeah, very cute. I mean, this is the coastal vibe, right? This is a mood. Maybe the person who gets this plot makes it really a nautical beach house. But this is a lovely feature to have right next door. This rise. Oh, and it's gonna rain now. I love water noises, and then when it rains in game, I'm very happy. It just makes me want to go get a cup of tea and cozy up. Okay, I believe the other one I missed was over here. So I covered this plot right here, and the one I missed is basically like a mirror image. So we went over plot 4, but across the way is another green plot with a teeny little dock overlooking the same bridge, that washed out sandy area. Not all bridges have to have water under them. I like that. I like the variety. Let's go find out. Yeah, this is where we have 29. So I believe we've hit them all now. And if you were looking at that Alliance video and you didn't know that we missed some, maybe you saw it in the comments. But I tend to do that on these streams now or on these videos. I clean up what I didn't do on the last one. All right, so what's special about this one? You have these, I like the rock stacks, particularly on Horde. They're more subtle on the Alliance side, but I do enjoy them. I think they're lovely to add to the complexity of the landscaping. You have a view of this kind of washed out area where it ends. Oh, sorry, I'm just really enjoying the clouds and the kind of fog rolling past the screen as it rains. Such a good mode. I kind of wish that we could see outside our windows, but we can't when we're in our interiors inside of our house. We don't get to see outside. But when you build outside, you're going to be enjoying this. Or if you're just proud of your space and you're outside hanging out, you get to see all of this. You have a lovely view of the lighthouse from here. Very cool when you can see it through the fog. Love that. Right. I think that's it. So thank you everybody for pointing that out. The ones that cluster of cows. What are they doing? Prize cows. But yes, thank you all for everyone who tuned in to the other ones and were able to to give me some feedback and help direct where this video is starting to go. So I did mention on the other ones that building was not too exciting right now. In alpha, there's just not a whole lot going on. They leak things to us slowly but surely. And like you saw with the windmills that are now going, those were static before. So we get to see things changing and developing and getting better in real time. Oh my God, she got an umbrella out. Sorry. I cackled. It's those little details. I love them. I just absolutely love them. I want this umbrella in real life. I legit do. You can link me one if you find one somewhere. I need these kind of gothic looking umbrellas. Oh, I want that. I'm going to be on my graveyard plot wearing that. But yes, we get to see things in real time, including this wagon. Um, when I logged in, this was just going, and it has not stopped going in a circle since I logged in. I'm sure it's not going to do this forever because that would be strange. Uh, but these are all the small little things that you'll find when you're playing alpha. These little neat little things that are not going to go live. But I do enjoy those carts. They go all the way around. Um, I think these ones typically stay to the cobbled paths. And if you have a house and you have one of these roads around, you're going to see these, and maybe you can jump on and meet some of your neighbors. I love this stuff. Okay, so let's look at the new stuff. Is anything different on the
You wish to
crafters?
buy, trade.
Okay, yeah, inscription. All right. So this is confirmation, alchemy, and inscription. Uh, I don't think I'm going to level these on alpha because that would be a giant pain. But if you are already an alchemist, you're already into inscription, these are the two that are going to be
You
making
wouldn't want to
dyes.
see me when
Um,
I'm angry.
and you're going to need to use the station for it. I think those are going to be very sustainable long term. Um, oh, sorry, just looking at the chat now. um, I get so engrossed in watching what I'm doing that I don't always pay attention to chat. Apologies, but I see what you're saying now. Regarding the tool to search neighborhoods for a specific plot, can you search neighborhoods with multiple specific plots available? Okay. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be able to accommodate that, but I can go over the tool to search neighborhoods. So if you want to do this in the future, this is what you're going to want to do if you've got a lot of different people and you all want to be on the same one. You just go to the housing dashboard, and this is where your homes are. On Alliance, I have 20, and on Horde, I have 41. Currently, now we're only allowed to have one on each. You open the house finder, and these are the different neighborhoods, different instances of the neighborhoods. And so you can try Emerald Wave Isle, and you can look at these and try to see if this particular neighborhood has the plot that you're looking for. It's going to be harder if you're going to go public, right? So if you have a whole group of people and you want to do a private one, that's really the only way that you can like hash it out between you who gets what and guarantee that you get what you want. But if you want to be public, it's going to be maybe potentially a little bit more difficult to all be on the same one. But to be honest, I don't know if that's really going to hurt you. I mean, if you want to build across the street from each other and see what each other's doing, I get that. That's really fun to do on a community. But if you just want to visit each other, it's kind of okay that you hop on a different one. Whenever I had realized, or well, whenever the chat had let me know which ones I had missed, this is how I found them. I was just poking around and trying to find them. It's a little bit harder because this map only shows you what's available, and the numbers kind of jump around. So you have 22 next to 32, and these are only available. I also had to reference the normal map, but it's only going to show me the ones that are taken. So I had to cross reference this map and the other one to find the ones that I had missed. So I can't see necessarily these numbers on this map, only the ones that are taken. And very few on this particular one that I'm on right now are taken. I hope that you get everything, and you and your friends all get all the ones that you're looking for. But I can't say it enough. There are so many good plots. If you find a handful of them that you would be okay getting, then you will definitely be able to accommodate all of your friends. But if you have, if every single one of you is like, this is my plot, and this is the only one I'll take, it'll be a little harder. Yeah, of course. Any questions? Keep them coming. So I haven't really gone through town a whole lot. There's just a lot of faux buildings that you're not allowed inside of. We can go inside this one. They're cute, just teeny little ones that give you an idea of the decor that we're going to have access to later. I can see a bunch of little flavor, little pieces that I'm really into. Oh my God, that quill, how cute. Um, but a lot of the buildings you actually can't get in, like this one up here to the left. It's got a door on it. That's solid. Maybe they'll open them later, maybe not. These alliance windows, when they glow at night, are just so incredibly pretty. So when I first got
Here's
here,
to new
we would talk
beginnings.
to this steward, and this is how you come up with your private one for you or your friends, or if you want to found a one for your guild, you have to purchase a permit. But this one will walk you through
We're
it.
in this together.
We're on Emerald Wave Isle right now. This actually isn't my neighborhood that I have my house on. This is empty. Nobody's really on here, which is why I came here. So we can see some empty plots. If any of you have seen previous videos on Alliance side and you want a better view of that plot, just let me know which one you want me to go see. I'm happy to go give you a little bit more time in that area if you'd like. But this is our neighborhood roster, so you'll know who your neighbors are and who's online and what plot that they live in. There's just a lot of little cute little areas back here, little nooks where you can still RP if that's what you're doing. But what I was excited about yesterday was they pulled this guy down here. Now, he used to be up there. He was up there with Lisabel, but they pulled him down here, and here are all the workers just hanging out, waiting to do stuff. And I have not done this yet. Let's see if it actually
What can
does
I do for
something.
you?
But I clicked on him and said, I'd like to upgrade my house. Ah, this was not available. Yes, let's do this.
See you later.
We'll see if it actually does anything to the outside of my house. So these upgrades are over here on the housing dashboard. So you'll see I completed one. This little check mark was not here until now. Um, and we're working on the second one right now. I haven't noticed any of these actually taking effect, but they're here and you can see what the experience is as you go through, what they're going to give you. So the room placement budget goes up, which by gosh, I can't even. You're going to have to own a lot of decor to fill those big spaces. The interior decor goes up, and your fixture budget. That's your exterior fixtures, interior decor. But see, we also have exterior decor placement. So I'm not sure what they're talking about with fixtures, whether that just means lighting and such, but the exterior decor placement is different than than that. I'm not quite clear just yet because I haven't been able to build anything outside yet. I'm sure I'll figure it out when it's active. Okay. But this is how much it goes. So our it looks like right now our interior budget goes up to 825. Now that's not a one for one. So every decor piece has a weight to it, has like an additional cost. So if I put down a fireplace and that has the weight of like 5 to it, it's gonna take me down to 820 just for one piece of decor. So it's not one piece, one item. You have to consider the weight of things. Um, that is something that I'm a little bit worried about. I think I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. I'm worried that that's going to de-incentivize people from cobbling items together, like mashing a bunch of items together to make something that looks new that no one's ever seen before. And that's the way I build. I love doing that. So it kind of de-incentivizes. I use the example of a bench that has a weight of 3. So if I want to stack 5 benches and create a bookshelf out of those benches, well, that gets really pricey really fast. So, do I want to sink 20 into creating a unique bookcase that's not an available asset in the game that's going to make people stop and be like, "Ooh, how'd you make that?" Um, or do I just want to put one bookcase down that has the cost of two? So there's pros and cons to that, and I hope it doesn't de-incentivize creativity too much to have those weights to it. Again, I know why they do that. They do that because they can only they can only do so much. There's so many people that's going to be doing housing. That's a lot of uh, lot of servers having to support this. I know why they're doing it. There's plenty of room for giving us more though later when they realize the load that this is gonna take on their servers. They can always raise this later. This could just be for now. Our fixture budget, my gosh, 5,000. Okay. And room placements go up to 24. My gosh. I'm sorry, I am just shocked at that because right now these rooms are massive and I'm only able to put down maybe 60 items because of the cumulative weight of those items. I don't have a better word for that. Maybe you do. The sunk cost of those items. I can only fit like 50 things, and that's not even enough for me personally to make one room feel lived in. So, 24 rooms? Nope. I do not see myself using 24 rooms, but maybe later if they give us more. Oh gosh, that's exciting. Okay. And the other neat thing that they added just last night is this, a decor catalog. Okay. This is going to show us, give me a preview of the items that we're going to be able to get. Um, it says right on it, right across it, disclaimer, catalog UI is a work in progress. This might not be how it looks, but this is where it's going to be. It's going to be on our dashboard. And I can actually start clicking through some of these things and we get previews. Now, I love this because if you build like me, I don't take things at face value. My favorite thing to do is to find an item and flip it and turn it and see how many different ways I can use that. So yes, you can just put this on a wall. You could potentially, ooh, I could flip it on its side and maybe use it as a base for like a bed. Maybe I build it up and add cushions to it and then cover the painting so that, oh gosh, and then the back of this is, it's not completely void of character. There's stuff on this. Ooh, okay. I could sink this against a wooden crate and make it look like a kitchen cabinet door. I could maybe sink or shrink an item and then sink it in to make it look like a cabinet handle. I could easily see that. So part of the fun that I have in building is doing this exact kind of brainstorming, is seeing how many different ways I can use an item. And being able to do this, just looking at a catalog, whether I have the item in my inventory or not, being able to see what's possible if I just farmed this one item. Maybe it's this item that I really, really, really want because I want a square table and I'm going to use the frame of this, but I might inlay some wooden planks and make it into a cute little dinette table because I don't want a long rectangle one. I want a square. Well, then I know what to farm and my creativity can just go nuts. I love this abstract Torin. Oh, that's great. Okay. Of course, we have all the homages to, the great masterpieces. Most of these have been around before. You've seen them inside buildings, but maybe some of them are new to you. Maybe you've never seen them before. That's cool that they move. That's real cool. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to look at the backs of these. We're going to look at the sides. We're going to try to figure out how many different ways we can use these things. So, here we go. Here's our bookshelf. Oh, great. Oh, this is wonderful. If you see my previous streams, you'll know that I have got the graveyard plot. Um, very big fan of this, any kind of gothic decor. I'm sure I'm going to be able to recolor these. How else might you use this? Okay, see, they're doing it. They're doing the thing. They make the backs look like something maybe you could use for something else. I'm so glad that they're doing that. Because I'm going to flip this all the different ways and try to figure out how I can use this. All right, maybe I want to flip this on its side and make a bathtub. So maybe if they give us water, maybe I get a rectangular water piece at some point that'll obscure what's below this. Or maybe I put something that's just a straight color. Maybe I recolor it blue and hide those shelves. And then I could put a water surface over that, make it look like a full bathtub. That's the kind of stuff I would do. How many different ways can I use the item? Oh, we got some nautical stuff. Oh, great. Oh, that's going to be awesome for those beach ones. Okay, so I'm trying to use my mouse wheel to zoom in and out on this. It's not letting me. I really, really hope they do that because, hey, I can't see this. I can twist it, but I need to be able to zoom in and zoom out. All right, Liz, if any of you developers are catching my streams, and I know one or two of you might have seen what I've done, um, yeah, I really hope that jumps. We need that. We definitely need to be able to zoom in and out on this. Wow, I'm so excited. Just something as simple as this base. Gosh, how many different ways can I use that? All right, and we all need these already populated bookshelves with, the shelves are already taken up. I'd love to see some bookshelves with like one or two little holes in them so we can place other little tiny stuff on the bookshelves as well, but that might not happen. Let's see. Yep, I cannot zoom in and out on these. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot to get through. I'm I might be here for a while. Maybe not on the stream with you all because oh, there's a wagon wheel. I got to go find that out in the real world for our treasure hunt. Remember our decor treasure hunt? That's part of it. I wonder if this was not in the neighborhood, but it's in the neighborhood now, and now I got to find it. Oh, I bet you. I think it's at that restaurant. I think it's at the cidery at the still. We'll see if I'm right. Sorry, tangents. I'm so excited. My brain just bounces around everywhere. Um, I'm gonna, I'm just gonna go through all of this, twisting and turning and likely memorizing this entire catalog. Not gonna lie, I do this. I've done this in multiple games, and this is the fun thing for me. Oh my gosh, I am so happy they added this. You can hear it in my voice. I am so happy. Okay, we need to make that mouse wheel zoom in and out on these pieces so we can see them a little better. But giving us just these items, you can see the weight of the item. So hanging arrow kite, that's 5. That's a heavy sink. That's a lot. Another thing I look at is what items move and what items don't, because if it moves, I'm less able to use it to do funky, weird things if it's moving. Generally, would have to just use this as a hanging kite. Oh, I know what we can do with this one. See these hanging tassels? So if I take this item and pull it out of the room, take it all the way out of the ceiling and scale it up, and I stack like 5 of these, I could make kind of like a hanging curtain. I wonder if there's collision on those tassels. Because if we could walk straight through them, then that'll be a really fun door for like a bohemian style room or maybe like a fortune teller, like those old beaded curtains from like the 70s. Oh, I can't wait to play with that item to see if there's collision to it or not. Um, that's what I'll do. I'll go through all these items, play with them, see what I can and cannot do with them, how big they'll go, how small they'll go. Oh, this is great. I am going to get so giddy when I get to all the goblin stuff. I won't subject you to it. I love this. It's great. All right. So this is under all. So we have tons of items here. And this is just the start. My God, this is just the start. We have 20 years of decor, people. All of those things that you've seen in the world, we have access to them. Oh, alchemy sets. Definitely. Oh, yes. How many mad scientist laboratories are we going to get? Okay. So you can go to furnishings, and then under that, we'll go to seating, and then you can see how they've organized it, which is great. It's so helpful for finding things quickly. But we can go back and go to accents. Yes. All right. Somebody's going to put like 50 of these on their lawn just to be annoying, and I'm there for it. I want to see that plot. Hope it's beach plot. Structural. All right. That's a big deal. So if you want to put like large tents on the outside of your plot, if you notice, these are not, none of these say interior or exterior only. Yeah. So this giant tent has a sink of 5. If you see that in the top corner, I expect that one to be 5. Do I expect this beam to be 3? No, I expect this to be 1, 2 max. This should not be 3 when the entire sentence 5. This is just me complaining. This is just my opinion. But especially these building blocks that you are more likely to cobble together, I would love to see them have less weight to them. That's just me. Oh, these are great. Oh my gosh. After I get off this stream, I am just Legion what? Like remix what? I'm gone. I'm here. By the way, if you're watching me right now taking a break from Legion Remix, I appreciate that. Or maybe you're leveling these well trodden leveling um, progression that you've done 1,000 times. Maybe you've got me on the side while you're doing those kind of mindlessly. I appreciate that too. Bars. Okay, I gasp because I've got another game that I play in where I build, and bars get used so much. Um, so this is great that they've added something like this. Now this one's empty. There's potentially a stocked one maybe that you can get. Yeah, and this is a 5. I expect that one to be a little bit more. Is there anything that you're looking for decor wise that I can find for you and you if you want to see it? All these little tiny small things. That's 0. I don't know if that's going to stay 0, but that's 0. If they make like teeny, okay, a candle's 1 because it's a lighting source, but it's small too. If they keep all these little tiny little things that you would put on top of a desk or you would populate a bookshelf with, if they keep these at 0, I'm going to be a very happy person. Okay. Oh, here we go. The lights. Have you seen any of the other tours of the plots? You know that I was just gushing over these string lights. And to know that we have access to them, and it doesn't matter if you find a plot that has string lights off of it because you want that glow, you can put them on your plot anyways. I wonder if we have fireflies. Oh, that would make so many night elves happy. If we have fireflies that we can place outside. Oh, we would light up the whole dang neighborhood with those, wouldn't we? I love this. Okay. Well, if you were here to watch me build, we can do that. But this is brand new. They just added this last night. Being able to go through this entire catalog of what we have to start. Um, and I imagine they're going to give us kind of tool tips on this. So if you can see the whole catalog, but it's kind of dark. So this tells me I don't have this. Oh, there's a tapestry. Eek. Okay. Maybe it's dark because I don't own it, and maybe this one's light because I do own it. Uh, I hope that that becomes a feature. I know that I did not have these in my inventory, but maybe they gave them to me. Maybe that's why that they're brighter than these darker ones. But I hope they give us a tooltip that'll tell us, here, this is where you go find it. This is where you go farm it. This is where it's from. Oh, these are great. Okay, I'm going to go over to my house. There was a bug yesterday that when I used the button to go to my plot, it was sending me to Horde, even though I was on Alliance and I had my Alliance one selected. So I'm just going to go ahead and fly over there. Actually, am I even on the same? I might not be on the same one. Let's try to go to the house because I think I'm on a separate server right now when I was looking for the housing plots. Christmas tree? You want me to look up Christmas tree? Okay, I will. I don't know if they're going to show the seasonal decor just yet. Maybe that's a spoiler. Maybe they don't want to give that to us. Um, if you didn't think that you wanted to do Legion, though, make sure that you do. I'm under the impression that Legion's going to give us a vendor later on, not currently there, but a vendor later on that we can spend that. that currency towards for housing stuff. So I really don't want to miss out on that. It's like the first opportunity we have to like really start farming some of that stuff now. Aside from old achievements that might give us some stuff too. Yep. Okay, we're here. We're at 20 on New Journey Island, and this one's mine. So the fence is here. I am still very confused whether that fence is going to go away or not. I'm not a fan of it being there. When I first purchased my plot, it went away, but it's obviously back. I would not like to look at this fence if I could help it, so I really hope that goes away. And we have a couple of spots that are just that's a bug. They'll be getting rid of those. Usually, these little patches where the ground is not um, working correctly, usually they go away when you put your house down. So this is all new. This is all buggy. It will go away. But some of the foliage came back. That's not wasn't supposed to be there. So it's almost as if the plot is rendering as if my house isn't there. So I am a little confused about that right now. But hopefully they fix that. I wouldn't be mad if the foliage stayed. I mean, that's less decor I have to put down, right? That doesn't eat into my decor allowance. So hey, they wanna give it to us and keep it. Great. But I chose this one because we're right in the center of the cemetery. It's so pretty. These little mausoleums over here, the crypts. And then I get to look down at this. It's got the bats flying around. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, yeah. The only thing that would be better is if they let me put down my own fireflies. Then I think I would have everything I want. I love this vibe. It's relaxing to me. It's beautiful and tranquil, and I'm into it. That's why I chose this one. But let's go ahead and go in. It doesn't look like whenever I clicked on the guy that said I can upgrade this, it doesn't look like the outside was upgraded. But let's see what works and what doesn't. Okay. So house info, not yet implemented. I don't know what house info is going to be. And house inspector, not yet implemented. No clue what that is going to be. A house inspector. These are your permissions. This is how you open it up for your friends and neighbors to come to your place. So you can change the owner to any of your characters on your account, and you'll relinquish it over to another character. I have everything open. So plot access, everybody gets to see it. Neighbors, guild, friends, and party. And then house access. So plot access is your outside. House access is inside. If I build outside, maybe. Well, someone brought up a really good point. I want to say in the comment sections on YouTube that if you've got events going on outside and you don't want people to crash them, this kicks them. I mean, they could still be like 20 feet away, kind of like if you have a sibling, you'll get this. Like you're sitting in the back seat and somebody's got a finger in your face going, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. That, they can still do that. But generally, if they get too far into your plot, it'll kick them back out. So they could be annoying if someone's trying to crash your event, which I hope people don't do that. I hope people are respectful. So that's a good thing that you can limit the outdoor who gets to see you. Um, but I'm going to choose to have everything open because I want to share my work. I'm not worried about my privacy settings, but you don't have to let anybody in if you don't want to. Okay, chat. Oreo of Love. How did the size of these plots compare to the plots in other games? Okay, so my experience with housing is primarily I've dabbled in it in a few games, but I always went back to WildStar. That's my lineage, um, and so I am comparing stuff to that. I would love to know what housing you all have done, and you tell me how this stacks up. The size of the plots honestly are tiny compared to what I'm used to. Um, but that's okay. I can work with that. I'm not going to be too greedy. But what do you think? How big are the plots that you've been building with? These are your permissions. Of course, you're going to want to save them, and you get an ignore list, which is not working right now. That's great. You could just add people to the ignore list if they're, saying, I'm not touching you on your fence line. Let's see. I'll go out and show it to you again. So the size of the plot, I will fly over it and show you. The fenced area, that's all you have. You can't build outside of it, but you best believe I'm going to try to break it and try to lean things outside of my plot. I will do that. See how much I can break that. But it's really not too much. Your house takes up a lot of it, and this is the smallest house we have right now. This is your starter home. As you upgrade your build, you're going to be allowed to make the house larger, and it's going to take up so much more space. So you really don't have too much on the outside unless you stay with this small house. The outside of your house does not reflect your inside of your house at all in any way, shape, or form. So you can have a massive, massive mansion on the inside and it looks like this. So that's entirely up to you how much room on the outside of your plot you'd like to reserve for outside decor. Maybe I want a gazebo here. Hell, maybe I want to build my own building outside. And maybe I've got a dance club or something outside. A lot of people will have a home on the inside and a business on the outside. So really plan ahead, especially if you're RPing. What would you like to do with your character? Pick a plot that supports your story and yeah, and roll with it. Let's see. I really enjoyed Wildstar's housing, but I love the idea of neighborhood instead of just your house. Yes. Before the game, before Wildstar died, communities did open up, and I kinda think that they rehired many of those people after Wildstar went down. So they were originally Blizz people, and then they went to Wildstar, and then they went back to Blizz. Um, I don't know. Maybe they're all gone entirely. Maybe no one's working there anymore. But I was under the impression that some of the people from Wildstar were rehired here and are responsible for some of the things that I'm looking at right now, which I really hope that's true. And if they are, I love you all. I love your past work and I love your current work. Please keep doing this and bring as much from Wildstar as you can because it was my favorite. So we had communities on Wildstar and it had 5 plots. Um, and you got a center community space between all of them, and they were huge. Not quite as big as what we're looking at here, but I want to say a biome. Like pick a biome, and that would feel very much like what Wildstar did for their communities. I might use terminology from that game because I haven't upgraded in my brain to what the new terminology they're using in WoW is. Uh, it's going to be a mental leap for me because I spent so many years in that game. Um, but yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed Wildstar Housing as much as I did. I think we're going to see a lot of similarities. And I actually got a kick out of many of the streamers and how they're all comparing it to like Final Fantasy or any of the other really big games that have housing right now, which I'm sure is really good too. Um, I do know people who went from Wildstar to those games and they really enjoyed it as well. Um, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to the what they came up with here and how similar it could be to what my previous building experience was in that other previous game. Um, yeah, sorry, I could just nerd out on that game and I get back to WoW. Sorry, but I got a really big kick about how like the big streamers and how none of them have talked about WildStar, and I'm like, come on, man, like this is gonna be WildStar esque. It has to be because it was such an amazing system, and they took they took their people back, but nobody was mentioning it. It's like a little secret nobody wants to talk about. Nobody's going to compare it to that. We got to compare it to the games that are out now. Um, yes. So plan ahead how much room you'd like outside, what you want to accomplish outside, and maybe that informs what size house that you want. I could see a lot of people just going for the big house just to be conspicuous and make it feel grander. Maybe they don't want to build outside because it might feel like it's too much. Or I just hope that people blend their plots into their surroundings and make it feel thematically consistent. um, I don't know if a lot of people think about that when they're building, trying to make it blend, but that's what I'm definitely going to do. Yeah, keep your questions and comments coming. I will do my best to answer them. Okay, so interiors. So we went over the permissions and settings. This is how you exit. So if you have 24 rooms and you do not want to walk down here to the front door again, then they got you covered. You can exit your house at any point from any room. Now, this is interesting, but you can actually change this door. I could just pick it up and put a different style door if I want to, which is nice. I'm glad they did that. But if I put this door in another room, it'll still work as an exit. That's new to me. That's a really kind of unique thing that I have not seen in my housing experience. I don't know. Maybe that is something that's normal in other people's housing. Um, you'll recognize the music that's in here. All of our usual tavern stuff. I'm under the impression we're going to be able to change that. We can control what music is going on in here. I don't know if it'll be zone-wide to the interior of your house, or it might change by room. The reason I say it might change by room is because I did walk into a room the other day and it went silent. So we still have music, Might have been on my horde house. Nope, it's this one. The music faded. So maybe we can control music by the room. I don't know. Or maybe that's a bug. We'll see. Okay, so far, all I've put down are 2 windows in here, and I started this little table area over here. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about building. I know lots and lots of people have streamed this already, so this all might not be news to you at all in any way, shape, or form. But you can guide me. What would you like me to build? What would you like to see? Between the floor plans or the types of building styles, whether you're using the snap grid system. Clipping was not enabled last time I played, so let's check that out real fast. So enable clipping, press V. And then I just grab an item and I try to sync it into another item. Yay, okay, it's mostly working. It's popping out a little bit. It's a little finicky. So yeah, it'll go on top of it. Okay, so it's not fully enabled right now. Let's turn off the grid system for cobbling and see what happens. Yeah, it pops out. So I'm just trying to go in a straight line and it's popping out. So this is going to be, if they don't fix this, this will be hard for individuals that I call cobblers, people who want to put 2 different items together, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 20, and create a new item. That's going to make it hard because doesn't seem to be like truly shutting off clipping. So if you'd like to clip your stuff, it's going to be a little hard unless they completely turn that off. So that was clipping. The grid system is pretty decent. It's going to help you line stuff up at a 90-degree angle. If you've never built before, then you're probably going to want to leave the snap grid on. So this is just a little bit of a building philosophy here, but everybody generally wants to put everything at a 90-degree angle, 180, 0. People want to square stuff up and they want it to be on, perfectly centered, perfectly on the grid. And that's fine. But whenever you do turn this off and maybe you place something and then you decide to rotate it, you change it just a little, that's going to give you the impression that it's lived in. Somebody didn't perfectly line up a chair when they got out of it and put it back. So I would encourage people to not use the perfect angles if you'd like to make your place look more natural, not perfectly snapped into place. I will talk about this rotation system though. It's a little strange to me, not gonna lie. I've already put in my feedback on this, but you can see this circle. So we have a sphere essentially with 3 different lines. And instinctually, you're going to be like, oh, okay, that's the center one. If I want to rotate this, then yes, I need to rotate it on the center one. If I want to flip it though, you see how I'm looking at it from an angle? I can't tell which line or which ball necessarily to grab. This line right here, to the right with the ball that's highlighted, I don't really know what angle that's going to take it. Should I grab it? I think this one's going to just flip it upside down. Yeah, this one will flip it upside down. It gets a little wonky whenever you just see I exited out and it saved it. I sometimes when I exit it out, it'll go back to the original position. It did not here. So I really hope that they fix that and it always goes back to the original position if I exit out, because that's going to be a little bit of a pain for people like me who are just trying to find the perfect angle. Um, if you're looking at an item straight on, swing your camera, you can find which circle you're trying to grab. But if I want to put this against the wall, I want to move this and I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to put this against the wall now and I want to rotate it. Well, look at all the lines. I can't keep them straight in my head. I don't know which line is which. And if I want to come all the way to the wall and I want to move it around, I might not hit the right. See, I tried moving it sideways and I turned it on its side. And then I pressed exit and now it's on its side. I'm getting frustrated with the system. Not going to lie. So I went ahead and gave them my feedback. I really think that if they made each of these circles a color, I wouldn't mistake them. And over time, I would just naturally know which color is which, and I wouldn't even have to think about it. The circles don't necessarily line up. See, this one's hovering off the side now. I don't necessarily know which circle to grab. This one I know will fix it. I don't think that that helps experienced builders. And I don't think that brand new builders are really going to mess with this too much. So maybe it's just me. Would that irritate you? It's starting to irritate me a little bit. So that is my one big critique about housing right now. I'm not a fan of this rotation system. Well, the system itself is fine. I'm not a fan of the white, kind of off-white color in these balls. You can grab just the line. You don't have to grab the bright ball that lights up. But I do know a lot of people are probably going to try to. But when it's off like this, how do you know what it's attached to? It's a little off. You have to move your character around to find it. And I'm going to end up with a lot of furniture looking exactly like this. And I might get frustrated and set it down for a little while. So if I were to describe housing right now, I would say that it is extraordinarily beginner friendly, very beginner friendly. Intermediate people are going to get a little bit frustrated with that system in placing stuff. And experienced people like me are definitely going to get frustrated with that. Also with the rotation system, you have to grab it and it gives you the number, right? Which is great. So I want 0. I found 0. But maybe I want to find 90 and I'm going to have to swing it and then I'm going to have to move my mouse just a little bit trying to find 90. In other games I've played, I've just been able to type in 90 and I'm done. But look, it went from 79 to where's 90? It's not there. Maybe that's a bug. I don't know what's happening. But trying to find, like maybe I want to try find 360. Okay, I can find it at 0. But I'm going to see myself getting to like 359 and trying to move my mouse just a little bit to hit 0. It's fiddly. And I want to say that there's got to be a faster, more efficient way to do that. But this is what they went with. So I'm going to try not to get frustrated, try to take all of my knowledge about building and housing out of my head and just enjoy what I have right here. That's probably the biggest critique you're going to hear from me in this. I do love what they've done. I am so happy to be in this world and to be able to do this. I just think that if there was a red circle, a blue circle, and a green circle, and then I would just instinctively know which one goes in what direction, that would make building for me so much faster and easier. Not that it has to be fast. I mean, building is a slow process, and as it should be. Like, it should slow us down, and we should enjoy it and get a lot of pleasure out of doing it, but I don't want to be frustrated. All right. So the good thing about our houses being totally different on the inside than what you see on the outside is that we get to bury stuff into the wall. Very happy about that. Because maybe I like a little piece of a decor, but I don't like the other part of it. And maybe I want to sink it into the wall and create something new. You can do that and not worry about this table jutting outside of your house. upstairs whenever you go to the exterior. Um, if you pull it up enough, sometimes you will clip into the room above, but not always. So definitely when you're trying to clip stuff into the ceiling, go run upstairs and make sure that you're not putting something in a place where you could not fix that later. I'm really wondering how many of you OCD builders might watch this and be like, fix that table, lady. Why are you leaving it like that? Well, I'll show you. So I can just grab it and I can press R and put it back into, oh, nope, we're bugged again. Welcome to alpha. Usually I can just press R and put it back into my crate. It's not letting me do that right now. I did think that cleanup mode was just sweeping it back into my inventory. It is not. If you notice, right on the right side of the screen, it says delete decor. Um, don't mistake cleanup mode for cleaning stuff up and throwing it back in your crate like I did. I accidentally deleted a bunch of stuff before I realized, oh, I'm deleting things. Whoops. Uh, I would love if there was a tooltip. I did submit this as well. I would love if there made it a little bit harder to delete things. I think that it being on the toolbar down here next to customize, I mean, so easy to misclick that. Think that you clicked customize and then click an item and then accidentally delete it. See, it's kind of buggy right now. I just deleted that item and nothing happened. So this is kind of what we're dealing with alpha right now. This is also kind of why I didn't really feel like there was enough to show right now. So this is kind of it. Are there any of the tools that you have questions about? If you'd like to see anything else, we can also talk about the floor plan, but these modes are kind of interesting. Oh, scale. I didn't go over scale. So I am happy with how small they let me make things. I wish they would let us make things much, much, much bigger. So at first I thought maybe they only wanted us to be able to scale stuff down to like maybe, goblin or gnome size, but that's clearly way too small for that, which is a good thing, and I'll tell you why. But when they scale up, everything scaled up really is not that large. I would love to be able to make things super, super big. The reason is that I like to use things in ways that are unpredictable. So maybe I wanted to use this chair as a bed. Well, then I would have to go to advanced mode. I would take this, swirl it around. I'm gonna try to approximately get it where I need it to be. Maybe I want to use this as a bed. And in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to sink it into the wall and pull it down. See, kind of looks like a bed, right? It's the asset that's not in game. So someone would be like, oh my gosh, where'd you find that bed? And then I go to scale and it's already up to 200. I can't make it larger. So in order to use pieces in unpredictable ways, I would love if that scale went way more than 200. But right now, all we got is I don't know, a dog bed or a bed for a gnome. Maybe a gnome can fit on that. But I would love to see that differently. Now see, I just pressed escape to get out of that, and I would expect it to snap back into place where it was before because I didn't save it. Like when I move stuff and don't save it, I expect it to snap back. It is not. I hope they fix that. The lighting sources are pretty nice so far. They don't cast a whole lot. Some of them do more than others. The fireplaces are nice. You can turn them on and off. They are interactable. The hanging ones, not so much. Something like this piece. The first thing I did with this piece, I don't know why I keep getting Lua errors. The first thing I did with this piece was try to see where the fire goes. So the reason I would do that would be to take the advanced mode, try to move this. I have to walk around it to try to figure out which one I want to grab. I think I want to grab this one. I wanted to see if I could potentially use this as a wagon wheel. So I put it on its side and I wanted to see where the fire would go. It does seem that fire in this game, it's trying to go up. and the smoke is going up. So maybe I don't use this as a wagon wheel unless I'm okay with smoke going into whatever I build on top of it. But I'm always going to twist everything around, look at it from so many different angles, and see what else I can do. So floor plans. These are the only ones we have right now, but it obviously looks like there's room for more, right? Closet, cross, hallway, L-shaped, tiny square, tiny octagon, big octagon. Two different stairwells. You can have another floor. It's another room, another T-shape. So these rooms are very, very big, you'll notice. And it's a lot to fill out. Like I said, when you first walk in the door, you only get an allowance, I think, of like 350. And I hit that so fast. I hit that only placing 50 items down. So it's, to me, these rooms are so much larger than the decor you need. It's going to take a lot of decor to fill. You're going to get really creative with that. It's really simple to make your layout. So the entry you cannot mess with, but you'll notice that the candelabras I populated the room with show up here. So you get a top-down view of everything you've already built. See all those changes? You're all going to see them right here. So you can critique your own build from the top down. But this square room is the first room that you get. And then to add something to it, just press one of these and add a room. Boom, added. Really simple. And to get rid of it, you just click on that and delete it. I could rotate it, but it's a square. I obviously don't need to. Move room. I haven't used that. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but that's an option. But usually I would just go ahead and remove something. A prompt comes up, are you sure you want to delete the room? And you go ahead and get rid of it. So right now I threw one of the small octagons, and you saw how big that room was. Imagine the large one now. Add another square room, and then the stairwell. In order to see the second floor, I just go down here to the bottom right and click up, and then we're on the second floor. This is new. Okay, so they gave a bright kind of white outline to the bottom floor. It was not this noticeable before. So that is new that I'm noticing. It gives you the second story of the stairwell to look at. Stairwells are going to be a unique design choice. I know in a lot of the promo materials, people have put bookshelves, floor to ceiling, swirling papers, lots of candles. I bet you we're going to get lots and lots of stairwell libraries. and they're gorgeous. I see why. They're really fun. But I'm going to try to challenge myself to do something else with that stairway. And then I threw a cross-shaped room on the side here. Let's see. I can add a closet and extend it out just a little bit. You'll see there's a very wide opening between the cross-shaped room and the closet. That is an option you can change. You can change it to this is a small, tiny doorway. It doesn't have to be big and open like that. Let's see, what else can we add? Another T-shaped room. This one rotates, so you can come up with different configurations however you like. But very, very simple. If you're a beginner, you've never built before, it's not going to overwhelm you. You're just gonna click on this and go. There's very limited tools. You might want to keep the snap grid on. Don't worry about clipping. And you can grab whatever you like and just start decorating. And just place stuff on the grid. It's going to automatically put stuff up symmetrical. Oops, I did pull these down. Nothing annoys me more than a window you can't look outside of. Or a painting you have to look at the ceiling in order to look at. Make sure you put stuff at an appropriate height for your characters, people. Basic Decorating 101. So you'll notice on the left, these are the items I actually own. I think they did give me new things. They did. All right. There's so much more decor here that I can play with that I did not have access to before, including some goblin stuff. You know I'm going to put that down. My horde side house is so going to be goblin. I'm very into that. I think it's so cute. So you just grab it and put it down. But pay attention to how much decor it costs. Of course, we got to pot up an Ani head. When you click on it, or when you hover over it rather, you'll see that this Nesting Wary Shovel Tusk trophy has a weight of 3. So that's going to take away 3 decor. See, I only have 300 right now, but I've placed 44 out of the 300. But this is going to be very fun to play with. I'm glad they gave me some more because there really was not that much stuff that I had access to when we first got into housing. And does anybody have any questions or anything you wanted to look at? I think somebody wanted to look at Christmas stuff. I forgot. Let's see. I think I need to go outside. No, maybe I don't. Or catalog. Let's search for tree. Oh, that's going to come up with a lot of trees. We do have one. They're showing us the Christmas stuff already. We do have it. I'd like to have, yep, the palm trees. I would love to have a palm tree all done up for Christmas. They need to get on that. Oh, street signs. Oh, how cute. Is there any other decor anybody wants to take a look at? That housing is not incredibly fun right now because it's so buggy that it's easy to get frustrated when I'm trying to build, and some things that I really do think that they're going to fix. The only other thing that I haven't gone over is editing the house itself. So if I go into customize mode, I can change this doorway from wide to standard. Then you can put a normal door in here, or you can leave it open. I can change the walls to make it look like whatever aesthetic I'd like. There's only a limited ones right now. I believe they're going to add a whole lot more of these later. And I can change I could change these. This is new. They did not have this many wall styles just yesterday. So they've added dark, light, and medium. Oh, I'm glad I've been poking around here with you because I'm finding all the new stuff. Night elf looking stuff. But now I have light versions, and now I have a medium version. Oh, that's great. I hope they keep doing that. The same with the woods on the floors and the ceilings. So I can change the floor. That and the ceilings. We can change the ceiling styles. Okay, they're doing it on the ceiling as well. Amazing. It doesn't always work, the ceiling type. Like this one's only letting me hit normal, but vaulted is an option. This room over here. Stuck on the umbrella. This one allowed me to do a vaulted the other day. Yeah, there we go. So you can bring that up even higher if you'd like. Or you can put it back down to normal if you want it cozier. I imagine the larger your character that you're playing on, the larger the room you might want to make. We can change this now. Oh, that actually looks really good. The silver moon marble up there. Yeah, so you can change all of this. A little standard door. So many options here. Okay, well, I'm going to keep playing with this. I'm going to go through all of that new decor that they put in that I'm allowed to look at now. I'm going to have a blast looking at all of this when I log off here. Thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't checked the other videos, go ahead and check them out. Maybe they help you pick your plot before the game actually goes live for you. If you haven't pre-ordered the X Pack, then you're not going to have access to housing at the same time everybody else does. I think you get it in like early December if you pre-order that. And just a reminder, go ahead and do all your Legion stuff so that you can get a jump on collecting some housing, because there's going to be a vendor, I believe, added in a little bit that'll allow us to use that unique currency from the Legion remix to buy some housing stuff. Okay, thanks a lot and happy housing, everyone.